back to you?
No.
You know what I did? The fucking get back to you! You fucking bitch! You know how I fucking suffered? He fucking suffered because of you! And what have you done in my fucking house? And my fucking kids, Grace? You're fucking my brother! You're fucking my brother in my fucking house!
Sam, please.
I love you, Grace!
Please, our girls, please.
You know how much I love you! You know what Grace, do you know what I fucking... You know what I can do with these fucking hands, Grace? You fuck!
I'll just say this. I'm done. You don't have to worry anymore.
What do you mean?
I'm done trying to get you. I can't do it anymore. I'm sorry it's taken me this long to figure it out, but I promise I'm done making a fool of myself.
When you lose the passion to breathe fresh air anymore and you don't want to live, you're in a terrible place.
And no one talks about it, no one even mentions it, lad. Men just kill themselves and no one cares. I'd much rather my friend come to me and speak to me and cry on my shoulder than me have to cry when I'm carrying his coffin a week later.
It's a scary place to be when everyone around you is telling you how good you're doing, and then when you are alone by yourself at night, you look in the mirror and you don't feel like you're doing anything.
Let me tell you this. If you've made it through addiction or mental illness, you have something. Because a lot of people don't. If you are still kicking today, battling those demons, you have something, because a lot of people didn't wake up today because they couldn't make it. They couldn't cut it, and you fucking did. So you have something, but you might not know what it is.
I can't. I'm so drained right now, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and be like, oh yeah, I'm fine. No, motherfucker, I'm drained. I'm done. I'm exhausted, bro.
I want to cry all the time. My eyes just won't let me.
I hate being seen as a bad guy. I hate it so much, and I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. I've been taking shit for so long, and I'm not doing this anymore. I'm tired of being the nice guy.
I hear people all the time talk about hang in there, don't quit. But they ain't been in your shoes. They say they have, but they don't know what you're going through.
It's so hard, you know, in the nighttime when you're laying down by yourself, bro, and you just got no one. That is the hardest fucking thing. That is so hard, bro. Going to sleep alone and not having anyone to just, you know, cuddle and... Oh, that really fucking hurts, bro.
I just wanted to see if you knew any kids around like 11 or 12 maybe, because I need some friends really bad.
So the house to your right, there's two kids that live there.
That one or that one? Okay. Well, they're not my friends anymore because they're bullies to me.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, man.
They keep bullying me.
How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing?
She would walk in, I'd be like, hey, good to see you. And I'd go to my dressing room and just go, oh, I'll never be able to be with her.
True or false? Most men would rather get punched in the face than talk about their feelings. Yes, true.
How many men do you think die by suicide each day in the UK? Have a guess. Raise your hand if you think it's under 5. Under 10, it's 12. That's 1 man every 2 hours. While we're all enjoying our day, we're going to lose 12 men to suicide today.
Don't you be smiling like that. You'll fuck everything up. If you smile like that too much, you'll want to stick around. You're so hard on yourself. I love that you have such high standards. But those aren't high standards. That's called perfection. And most people overestimate what they can do in a year, and they underestimate what they can do in 2 or 3 decades. And you haven't been around long enough to have those extra 2 or 3 decades. So don't fuck it up. There's time.
Strike to claim it. A strike to claim it. And he got it! Number 5! Are you kidding me? That's right! Who do you think you are? I am!
I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover.
I don't know, no, because if you're a lover, you gotta be a fighter.
How so?
If you don't fight for your love, what kind of love do you have? No, I'm kidding.
Okay, I'm tired of people not thinking that I can do stuff myself. Okay?
sorry, dude.
And I come on here and I'm like trying to like be entertaining for you, but I'm miserable inside.
Pick a superpower. Invisibility or flight.
Right.
I'm already invisible.
Men just kill themselves and no one cares. We need to change it.
I couldn't take a compliment. I couldn't say one nice thing about myself 5 years ago. And if someone tried to say something, hey Dave, you're good, I'd shut them down. Okay.
My mom? You don't know who my mom is?
I have to think about it.
All right, I'll let you think about it.
Huh?
I'll let you think about it. How did we meet?
School?
No.
Hardest day of my life, when your mother doesn't know who you are. She knows my name, but doesn't know who I am. I tried so hard to get her to tell me who I was. She just doesn't know. I feel like she just died.
I fantasize about having cancer like the bald kid in my class has, so that my mother would care for me and let me hug her.
I'm fucking depressed and fucking miserable. I don't sleep. I eat like shit. I have no friends, no social life, and I'm fucking miserable.
I'm not that good looking and I'm not happy. So I must suck, you know, and that's gonna make me feel sad.
And I have had people to walk past me and say, "Get a job, bum." And I said, wait a minute, I'm not a bum, I'm a human being.
I want a way out of loneliness.
And I would really appreciate it if you would all not mention or say to me, happy birthday. Because it is not a happy birthday for me. And as a matter of fact, it has not been a happy birthday to me for years of my life now.
Hey, pick a superpower.
Right.
Invisibility or flight.
Right.
I'm already invisible.
What's it like hanging out with comics? Are comics cool? You like them? You like yourself?
Oh, I don't know about that. Let's start with other people.
Okay.
That's safe.
Okay.
Speed, are you okay?
I'm okay, bro. Nah, to be honest, I'm not okay, bro.
How long would it take for people to notice if you disappeared?
It's not hard to die. I could do it like right now. But like number two,
Jesus Christ.
Damn. No, but that's real. Like you gotta be honest. Like why is everybody pretending like everything's okay? Everything's not okay. Like we are more connected than we've ever been. But I feel more alone than I've ever been.
Cheers, mate. Quick question, boss.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in love?
Yeah.
Men aren't immediately loved.
Why is that?
No, but it's true. You've got to earn your worth as a man. You do have to earn your worth as a man.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Really?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Fair dude.
There's some very cute people who would be immediately loved. And some men with only a face a mother could love. It's just the way the world.
No, I'm not talking about as in love as in the simplest term of like, oh look, he's cute. I'm saying like, in a broader term of life, you have to earn your worth as a man. You do have to do that, because otherwise you get pushed to the wayside. You go around now, you go outside on the streets of London and go to a woman and say, your man, your potential future husband, how much do you want him to earn? How much do you want? What kind of lifestyle do you want for him?
Yeah, but men are like that with women now.
But for the history of time, especially it's worse now. You see it on TikTok where they're like, what do you want your man to earn a month? They're like fucking 10 grand.
Oh, I see engagement ring ones. How much a man got to spend on a ring?
Which is again such an alien mindset. So my point here is, men, if you don't live up to this 1% standard, you just get pushed to the wayside. So you, as a man, like you could leave me here now and within an hour have a geezer.
Yeah.
Gary must have been at home watching Soccer Saturday on the TV. In the midst of that, he had a little tradition. If he saw me on the telly ever, because his hair was still brown and mine has obviously changed colour, we're exactly the same age, he'd send me a little text message. It was always pretty much the same. So on Saturday at 3:45, it read, "First snow of the year has fallen in parts of West Yorkshire." I responded, and that was the last time I heard from him. The next time I sent him a message was yesterday morning. It said, "Sick rumour doing the rounds, mate. Please give me a call." There's no call.
Bryn, thank you for being able to speak so openly about it.
How are you feeling about life today?
Worn out. I've been working as a chef for about 2 years now. So I've been working flat out full-time in hospitality.
Would you be able to share a bit more about what happened a year ago?
Yeah. So I separated from my wife. It was a 14-year relationship, 6-year marriage. Amicable split. I handled that way more maturely than I thought I would. But obviously, I've had no time to myself since then. I've just been banging away at work. I've realised I've only got a month left here. I've handed my notice in, so I'm gonna move out to my parents, take a few months out of life, do nothing, take care of myself for a bit. Because I'm burning out. No time to process anything really.
How come you haven't had time to process?
Just working full-time in hospitality leaves me with not a lot of time for myself. And when I do have time for myself, I'm recovering for the next shift. It's work mostly. And so between carrying that baggage and the work, struggling to sleep as well. So it's just been sort of zombie rest between work.
Is there anything your friends or your family could do for you right now?
Not really, no. I've had a very supportive network, and the place I work is amazing there. My family's been great, so it's a me problem. I don't reach out enough.
If someone who's in a situation where they've got to process things, they're not finding time to do it at the moment, what would you say to them?
You've got people around you who are willing to hold space for you, so reach out. Even just expressing yourself to a handful of people that you can really be yourself to lets you drop that mask that you might be carrying, and it lets you really recharge a little bit.
Can I give you a hug? Is that right? Thanks. Oh, good.
Can't do it on your own. Communication is the key. Like, I was so long, I come from a big, tough family of all fighters, and nobody shows emotion, or everyone just like keeps everything to themselves, and everything's great, and that sort of stuff. So I know what it's like not to have anybody to speak to about anything. And I know what it's like to be almost ashamed of saying, like, I'm severely unwell here and I need help, because needing help for me has been, it's almost like I don't need help from anything. I'm Tyson Fury. I fight my way out of anything. But the sooner I realised that I couldn't do it on my own, the sooner I got back well again. And I think admitting to yourself that you've got a problem, whether you've got an alcohol problem or a drug problem or whatever problem you may have, acceptance is the key. First, you can all see it, but if I don't accept that I've got a problem that needs working out, then I'll be in denial forever. But the sooner I can come to grips and admit to myself that I've got a problem, I can start to recover from it. And my advice to anyone suffering with any sort of mental health or any sort of issue is get straight to seek medical advice immediately. Because the sooner you go and do that, the sooner you figure shit out like that, then the sooner you can get back to what is normal for you.
I don't feel like myself. I feel like doing some stupid things.
Stupid things?
I feel depressed, sort of thing. Like, I don't feel normal. And it's been affecting everyone in the house. And yeah, I just need help, basically.
Yeah, I'm sure. Tell me a little bit more.
Okay, so I just think about things over and over again.
What sorts of things do you think about?
Mum, like, don't love me. Dad, sisters. It's been there. It's there. Like, I do feel low. Something happened yesterday, and it's just completely like, I didn't want to be here yesterday. I wanted to kill myself yesterday.
Right.
I didn't like.
What happened yesterday?
Right, just explain it.
I'm sorry that it's upsetting. Would you like a tissue?
Yeah.
So sometimes these things are really difficult to talk about, aren't they?
Yeah.
What? Can you tell me more about what happened yesterday? You said that you didn't want to be here, and that you were even thinking about harming or killing yourself.
Yeah, it's just that I tried talking to people, and like people just shout at me, and then again anger comes out, and I don't like being angry.
Let's just start at the beginning in terms of the the things to be worried about. You mentioned that you were feeling really bad yesterday and you got to a stage of worrying about whether you wanted to harm yourself. You said even kill yourself.
Yeah.
Are they thoughts that you've been having that we need to take seriously, or was that just something that happened yesterday and it's, tell me more about that side of things.
Well, I've tried it before.
You've tried it before?
I've tried overdosing, but obviously I've took so many and I've just eventually got drowsy and just dozed off.
Right.
So I just fell asleep, so I couldn't,
When was that?
Oh, it's a couple of months, a year ago, 2 years ago. Something like that, yeah.
But you didn't talk to anybody about that?
It's the first time I spoke to someone about everything.
And then, do you think that is that at risk of happening again?
If I get too low, then yeah.
If you got to that stage and you were making plans or you were actively wanting to die, then that becomes an emergency that you need to talk to the crisis team for, and there's a special number that you can talk to get hold of the emergency mental health team.
Okay.
I'm right in thinking that that's not what's needed now, though?
It's not got that far.
No.
It's not got to the point where I'm like...
Sure. I'm going to give you some information about some counselling services that includes anger management courses and some CBT, which is about looking at new ways of thinking to try and help you move forwards with some of these issues. The most important thing is if you're feeling worried or you feel like you're not being safe, then please do something about it and talk to your mum about it, because obviously she's heard all this stuff and is going to be there to support you with this, and we'll move things forward step by step, all right?
Talk about why so many men are giving up nowadays. They're giving up on dating. They're giving up on the workforce. They're giving up on starting families. They're giving up on their country. A lot of them are giving up on life. They've had enough and they're ready to quit. And we know this is true because, if you look at the content that's getting all the views, that Sigma male shit gets a lot of views, which is basically just content being farmed for guys who are done playing the game and want to go off and do their own thing and be different. MGTOW's always a really popular subject. Black pill and incel. You've got all the normies out there talking about hypergamy and modern women being delusional and red pill and, women's unrealistic standards. So basically you'll see video titles like modern men are done with dating because of this, and everybody's got their own perspective, and that's what I wanted to come out here and talk about today. Now, from my perspective, what I think is going on here is I think modern men have woken up and now they understand how the game is played, and as a byproduct of that, they no longer want to play the game. Okay? And this isn't just for dating, it's just about damn near every aspect of your life. Young men, when they're teenagers, they have this idea built up in their head that they're going to have this satisfying and fulfilling career. They're going to make a difference. It's going to be just this amazing life they're going to live. They're going to meet a woman that genuinely loves them. They're going to start a family and, just have this great life. But then they get out there and they find out, how corrupt the game really is. And this is what a lot of people call the red pill, right? You're switching from the blue pill to the red pill. But, that game is being played everywhere you go. A lot of people just don't want to play it. It's hard to get really good at the game when you have morals and you have ethics, when you have principles. It's difficult, okay? And it's everywhere you go. No matter what career you choose, or damn near whatever career you choose, it's the same game being played. You walk in there, first day, and you have a decision to make. you can either figure out who you need to butt kiss, who you need to backstab, and how are you going to make yourself shine. You know, how are you going to take credit for your work? You can either come up with a game plan of those three things. And if you don't, guaranteed you won't succeed. No matter how educated you are, no matter how skilled you are, no matter how strong your work ethic is, it's not what it's about. It's about who you know. It's about playing the game. Butt kissers make it a lot further than genuine, hardworking people. Backstabbers make it a lot quicker than genuine, ethical people. Okay, and peacocks and show-offs, they make it a lot quicker than the humble people. And, you know, let's be honest. The overwhelming majority of men aren't cut out to play that sort of a cutthroat game. You know, and that's the way the workforce is. You open up your eyes and you realize no matter where you go, it's just like freaking high school. You know, you're working with people with PhDs and master's degrees. They're in there gossiping, backstabbing, bullshitting, butt kissing. That's the world. And I don't even mean to say this as a negative thing, but this is something that pretty much everybody knows. You know, when you walk into your job, it's that same old bullshit. Maybe you quit one job, you go to another company, same old bullshit. Whether you're a police officer, a business executive, a politician, you know, I don't know, a warehouse worker, whatever it may be, you experience this same shit.
I'm curious why you didn't mention men. And I said, I don't study men. And he said, that's convenient. And I said, why? And he said, because you say to reach out, tell our story, be vulnerable. But you see those books you just signed for my wife and my 3 daughters? I said, yeah. They'd rather me die on top of my white horse than watch me fall down. When we reach out and be vulnerable, we get the shit beat out of us. And don't tell me it's from the guys and the coaches and the dads. Because the women in my life are harder on me than anyone else. So I started interviewing men and asking questions. And what I learned is this. You show me a woman who can actually sit with a man in real vulnerability and fear, I'll show you a woman who's done incredible work.
I'll never forget getting off the phone to him. One day I was just driving home from work and I called him and he just sounded wrong. And I remember hanging up the phone and just being like, am I going to go home and he's going to be there but not be there? I genuinely thought that day was so scary. That was the point in time where he just started talking. He just had to start talking about it. But I remember what he said to me. He goes, Till, I don't need your advice. I don't want your opinions. I just want you to listen. And I was just like, fuck, I just need to sit here and listen to him. And he just needs to be able to get it off his chest. And that is enough. That is enough. We don't have to be here and try and solve the world's problems. We just need men to be able to talk.
Yeah.
And that is enough, right?
This is hitting so hard, Till, and I thank you so much for being so open about this. Huge amount of respect for you, Till.
Men just kill themselves and no one cares. We need to change it. There's no funding for men's mental health and it's the biggest killer for men between 21 and 45. And no one talks about it. No one even mentions it, lad. Women talk to each other. There's no stigma on women. They sit around and have a cup of tea. Men don't, lad. Men feel like, oh, I can't go and say that to him because he'll think I'm a little mushroom. You know what I mean? That's what men think. But as I said in the cage, I'd much rather my friend come to me and speak to me and cry on my shoulder than me have to cry when I'm carrying his coffin a week later. You know what I mean?
Men aren't immediately loved.
And why is that, Inkford?
No, but it's true. You've got to earn your worth as a man. You do have to earn your worth as a man.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. There's some very cute people who would be immediately loved. And some men with only a face a mother could love. It's just the way the world
No, I'm not talking about like, I'm saying like, in a broader term of life, you have to earn your worth as a man.
Every womanizer, every player, every guy juggling 3 broads at the same time is only doing so out of fear. Fear of being crushed by a woman. Because one day, back in the day, they weren't a player. They liked one girl.
Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something.
You do have to do that, because otherwise you get pushed to the wayside. You go around now, you go outside on the streets of London and go to a woman and say, your man, your potential future husband, how much do you want him to earn? How much do you want him, what kind of lifestyle do you want? History of time, especially, it's worse now. You see it on TikTok where they're like, what do you want your man to earn a month? They're like, fucking 10 grand.
3 months, 313 job applications, 107 emails back, 2 interviews, and out of that, only 1 job offer. I see a lot of complaints that young people don't want to work anymore, or that young people are lazy. But the real truth of it is, how can I be lazy when it seems that no one wants to hire me? They told me to get a good career, I should go and get a degree. But now I'm being told that I'm overqualified for the jobs that I need in order to survive. I got rejected from McDonald's. I don't know if that says more about me or about them, but I'll take any wage over no wage, even if it isn't a fair wage. And for every new application, it goes something like this. Make a new account on a new site that you've never heard of, and probably never will again. Give them all of your information, your CV, your availability, and a bunch of bullshit answers to a bunch of bullshit multiple choice questions about why you want to work for a company that offers competitive pay and benefits, such as a pizza party every 6 months and the opportunity to kiss their ass on the way out. Also, please make sure that you write a specifically tailored cover letter for our company, but not too specific or wordy, just in case our algorithmic AI thinks you have no personality and that you just want this job out of desperation and money, even though we can't afford the time of day to look at the applications ourselves. The job search itself is feeling like a longer shift than a 9 to 5. It's just as repetitive, soul-sucking, and I'm still sitting at a computer. The only difference is that I'm doing this for free. You do all of that every single day, and you don't hear back just one word. Unfortunately. I've seen that word so much that it doesn't feel real anymore. It feels like an omen of death knocking at me through the screen, taunting my will to live. I personally don't think society owes me a thing, but I think there needs to be a major shift in the perception and relationship between employer and potential employee. Because after all, by the time I do get a job, I'll have reached the age of retirement. Or maybe not, all things considered.
To be completely transparent with you guys, my mental health has kind of been the worst it's ever been.
I can't stop thinking about Bonnie. I have so much guilt. I pushed her away.
As an emotional man, I always feel like I have to act fearless and strong. But in reality, I'm extremely sensitive. I'm too scared to be who I am.
I got in that car with the intention of not getting back out of it.
Admit, I gotta have to say I need help. Dude, I don't want to need help.
And I just hope her heart's okay. And I hope one day I can just look in her eyes and hug her and tell her I'm sorry.
Look around, Ted. You're all alone.
I saw a viral tweet yesterday. It was someone Googling, my wife is yelling at me, what should I do? And then my husband is yelling at me, what should I do? When they Googled, my husband is yelling at me, what should I do? Domestic violence helpline comes up as like a Google pop-up. When you Google, my wife is yelling at me, what should I do? Nothing comes up. I know that most domestic violence comes from men, but it's interesting that we see the emotion, we interpret the emotions entirely differently because of that.
Absolutely, right? So we as a society will say like, oh, men need to be in touch with their emotions, but not anger.
And then this is what really screws men, because as men, we are socialized and conditioned to only feel anger. This is the only emotion you are allowed to feel as a man growing up. And this is the one emotion that gets demonized when you're older. So I'll give you a simple example. So like I used to get bullied a lot, right? So when I get bullied in school, like what am I supposed to do, Stephen?
In school, well, it depends if you can fight back.
Absolutely, right? It's fighting back. Like you didn't say talk to the teacher. You didn't say ask for help. You didn't say cry about it, because if I cry about it, what's going to happen, Stephen?
You're going to get bullied more.
Absolutely. So we turn every emotion. So men experience anger as something called an umbrella emotion. We literally suppress and are conditioned to suppress all other emotions except for anger. And then if you talk to men about their experience of life, anger is always the first thing that comes out of their mouth. Someone breaks up with you. How do you feel about it? Do you feel ashamed? No, that's not what we say. I feel pissed off. How could she do this to me? And then we vent that anger on the internet, and then this turns into misogyny. The men who are saying these kinds of toxic things are saying that for a reason. This is because of their upbringing. This is because of the world that they lived in.
You also have to think how hard it is to get a job. I've been trying to get a job for 4 years. I'm still unemployed. Part-time, Tesco, Asda. You know you're going to name all of them. I've tried everywhere, honestly, for 4 years.
You must be staring them with your CV.
I must be doing, that's why, but genuinely, since I turned 16, right, I've been applying. I've had a few interviews, yeah, but genuinely, Co-op, flipping, Tesco, Primark, H&M, all of them.
Have you never had a job in 4 years?
No.
I've had like 5 or 6.
Teach me how, please, because genuinely, there must be something wrong. I've tried agencies, I can't find any.
In what sense is our society male-dominated?
The fact that the vast majority of wealth is owned by men, the vast majority of capital is owned by men. Women do more unpaid labour.
A very tiny proportion of men, a huge proportion of people who are seriously disaffected are men. Most people in prison are men. Most people who are on the street are men. Most victims of violent crime are men. Most people who commit suicide are men. Most people who die in wars are men. People who do worse in school are men. It's like, where's the dominance here precisely? What you're doing is you're taking a tiny substrata of hyper-successful men and using that to represent the entire structure of Western society. There's nothing about that that's vaguely appropriate.
Most men will only experience unconditional love from their mothers, and some of us don't even get that. Most of us have never even felt appreciation or respect without conditions or hidden intentions. We don't know what it sounds like to hear, "I see you, and I'm proud of you. I'm glad you're here. You really make a difference." Yet the expectation is to constantly be displaying the strength and love that the world is hesitant in conveying. We're expected to have a thick skin but get judged if it turns to a hard shell. The first step in being a man is ignoring the hunger. Cause yes, boy, you're gonna be starving. Starved of attention, starved of affirmation, starved of love, starved of being told that you are enough. Step 2 in being a man is comfortability with replaceability. You are only as good as you are useful. You are only as valuable as you are needed by others. Should there ever come a day, boy, where you fail to provide everybody with a smiling face, then do not be surprised when they say all men do is take up space.
Women really don't care about a man's struggles. They wait for the winners. It's why we see women leave relationships 7 or 8 times out of 10. And it's not because he's a winner. It's not because he's chasing excellence and accomplishing great things in his life. It's usually because things aren't working out for him.
When a man does not feel appreciated in the area of his presence, he becomes a version of a man that he can give you and still survive. And I promise you, you will not like that version. That version of him is silent, frustrated, sharp with his words, short-tempered. How many of y'all been getting that lately? Non-communicative. Because he has to become something that he can survive.
I wonder what this is really like to experience in real time that your degree isn't shit. You go to college, take on $100K worth of debt, and you can't get an interview, You've applied to hundreds of jobs. You just think to yourself like, damn, what did I even do this for? Yes, I'm congested a little bit. The flu fucking got me. But before my senior year, I already had a full-time offer signed. My senior year was relaxing. A lot of kids that got jobs before graduation, and even kids that didn't, they were still able to get a job and wait until something else came up. You mean to tell me kids are going to college and they can't even get interviews? That's the whole purpose of college, to at least break that barrier of entry into the corporate world. Kids can't even do that. Why wouldn't a kid think college is a scam? I had to pay 6 figures in debt, and companies won't even consider me for a fucking entry-level position. What is the world coming to?
Who do you call when you are at your lowest? Who is that one person?
Nobody. I'm a man. No one cares.
Not a single soul. Nobody.
No one. Because I'm all alone.
I think I speak for a lot of people when I say I don't call anyone.
Nobody. I'm a guy. Nobody gives a shit.
Speaking for the guys when I say this, literally no one.
Y'all call someone?
Nobody. Just nobody. No one to talk to. So nobody. You cares?
No one. I'm a man. No one cares.
No one. Not a single fucking person.
I wouldn't call anyone. I wouldn't turn to a single person on this earth because they don't care. They will just find a way to use it against me one day.
We can call somebody?
For anyone that doesn't have a job or isn't actively looking for a job, the job market is absolutely cooked. For reference, I graduated from the University of Virginia with a 3.6 GPA in computer science. But today I received a decision on my McDonald's application. Thank you for applying to the role. The competition was high and you were among a number of very strong candidates. We decided to move forward with other applicants, so I appreciate your interest in McDonald's. All jokes aside, the job market is absolutely horrendous. Since I graduated, I have applied to over 733 jobs. I've only gotten 2 second-round interviews and 0 offers. If you can refer me for a coding job or you can help me get a coding job, please message me.
You're a black man, black or brown man, and you get to a certain age, nobody care about you no more.
Right.
Nobody cares.
Right.
If it ain't your family, nobody in the world cares that you succeed or that you're happy, or that you're healthy, or you're any of them things, right? So you have to do that yourself. You have to set yourself up.
What about somebody hurting me? Does anyone care about me being hurt? No one ever cares about Mike. They look at me like I'm some juggernaut.
Tyson's nothing. Tyson's just a freak. Tyson's just somebody that generates a ton of money. I mean, no one has any kind of consideration for my feelings, my pain, anything I've ever been through in my life.
There has to be more than life than just people saying, well, we need you back in the ring. You know, I mean, that's an insult to me. They have no kind of emotional feelings for me as a person.
Not many people care about Michael personally, because Michael personally is just some nigga out of Brownsville, Brooklyn, that just happened to make it. Where I come from, I'm the piece of gum on the bottom of your shoe.